What's going on, buddy? My name is ZealetPrince, and welcome back to yet another reaction video. Today we're checking out the latest installment of Stories of Sodor. I'm recording this the night of the original release. So unfortunately this will not be up also the same day and everything else, because I also just released the previous episode with Daisy starring in it. And going based off of the last episode, Daisy finally realized her strengths and her limits and is now satisfied with it. As for going into this episode, I have no idea what we're going into in this one, other than the title says losses. But I'm going to have to say it has something to do with areas around the railway, and Luna is now touching my legs. Why do you always choose the weirdest times to do this? You could have done this 30 minutes ago, Luna. So, other than that, I don't know what else really to say in this intro, aside from, that, but we're going to get right into this in 3, 2, 1, boom. Turn up just a little bit.
The train, for its type, is the
See if
most
there's anything
powerful vehicle on
new about
land.
this intro. Because, sorry, I have to pause so early. Because in the last intro, Dudley was completely changed out for a Garrett engine, which we're going to be getting a Garrett in this series, which is going to be quite interesting. Also, if you don't know what a Garrett is, I suggest you look it up. It's a very interesting engine.
And the
Probably
engines
the
of
weirdest
Sodor
engine I've ever seen
are the
designed,
power
but
behind the
they
docks,
seem to have been
industries,
efficient.
and branch lines that make up the world-renowned Northwestern Railway.
I know more about British
are the
engines
stories
than I
of
do
Sodor.
about American ones. Is that sad? I don't know, they just have some sort of Yeah, there's a Garrett again. They seem to have this, beauty to them, whereas the American ones are more, you worked out at the gym and smoked 20 piles of coal. Meanwhile, the ones in the United Kingdom looked like they had a small glass of wine and just had a good time with their friends at the picnic. Probably the weirdest way to describe it, but that's how I'm going to describe it. Here we go.
In a previous story, I basically described the Vickerstown Road Bridge as a double-edged sword. While more people could visit the island much easier, the same was true of potential competitors. Unfortunately, the Skarloey Railway was more affected by this than we were. By the time of this story, buses and lorries had taken away a lot of their work. To make matters worse, the Boxford Ballast Mine was on the brink of closing. Back in 1965, the operators discovered it was running out of stone. By their estimates, the site would run dry within 2 years. Ever since, the trains had gotten smaller and smaller. Eventually, the managers announced they would shut down 6 weeks after this story begins. And in that time, the SKR suffered its most tragic loss.
Wait. Did Mr. Peter Sam die?
I'm so sorry about Sir Handel, lads.
Oh.
Thank you, Bertie. He was a good man.
No, Sir Handel, not Peter Sam. Peter Sam is the guy who took over the role of Cheese.
He really was. I still can't believe he's gone. The man survived Verdun, Passchendaele, and the Somme, only to snuff it from a heart attack? God has a sick sense of humor. I wouldn't blame God or anyone else for his passing if I were you, youngster. There wouldn't be any point. And it's not what he would have wanted. No, he wouldn't have. Rest in peace, Hans. Amen. Well, we better get back to work. He would also want us to carry
another
on.
legend.
Too bad I don't have any work to do. Don't you have a goods train to collect from the yard? I did, but when I arrived to pick it up, the yardmaster said it had been cancelled, and I suppose there was a lorry there waiting to steal it. Fizzling fireboxes. Talk about deja vu. How's that? You're joking, right? We're constantly losing jobs to the roads, and an important industry is on its last legs? What does that sound like? It doesn't sound like the Mid-Sodor Railway. Yes, we'll lose the mine, but we still have the slate quarry, which is doing a roaring trade, even with that dodgy winch. Not to mention our tourist numbers remain strong. But will
I forgot they had
to
another
keep us
winch
going?
set
You
up.
can always ask Mr. Mannering about that. Who's Mr. Mannering? Our new gov. He used to be our director of finance. Is he a bean counter like Mr. Watson? No, he's much more reasonable. He came up with the budget that allowed us to expand into the Notwin Valley, so he knows his stuff. Let's hope it'll be enough to keep us open. If it's any consolation, Stuart, I don't enjoy taking work away from you. I'm just doing my job. I know, Bertie. I don't blame you for that. The problem is...
Going back to their tiffy from season 3, I actually just rewatched that episode quite recently, like a week ago. Because it just popped up while I was doing something. Like, you know what? I'll let it play in the background while I'm doing this. I just kept like looking over at my other monitor for it.
It doesn't make much difference. You're prospering while we're floundering. You're overreacting, Stuart. I wouldn't call our losses devastating, merely a hiccup. I wonder what we'll lose next to this hiccup.
I wouldn't ask that question, because you're not going to be sad. Oh.
Hello, Stuart.
Little kipper.
What are you doing here, Onslow? Fishing? You're taking the daily catch? But that's Duncan's job. Not anymore. The little kipper's been cancelled. Then why are you here? Because I didn't get a chance to tell him before he left. Sorry about that, Duncan. It's alright, Mr. Mannering. And congratulations on getting the nod, by the way. Thank you. I wish it were under better circumstances. I hope I can live up to the same standards set by Sir Handel. Sir Handel would have made sure to tell us about any changes to the schedule. Again, I'm sorry about that. I've been very busy. Then why are you here, sir? It wasn't just to apologize, was it? No, I'm having lunch with Onslow's manager. Mr. Norton's waiting for you over at Neptune Refreshments, sir. Then I'd best be off. Don't want to keep him waiting. That's odd. Why is he meeting with your gov? All I know is Mr. Norton was the one who arranged it. Maybe he wants to buy the railway. I'm sure he'll get a decent price for it.
Alright, Stuart, calm down.
What's your coupling in a twist? I don't like that you lot keep stealing work from us. I'm not stealing anything. I'm just doing my... Yes, I know. That doesn't mean I have to like it. I'm sure you don't, Duncan. I'm not happy about losing the kipper, but ever since BR cancelled theirs, I've had a feeling mine was living on borrowed time. So
true.
That's it. You're going to let it go without a fight? What else can I do?
It's not like he can pounce off the rails and do it. Alright, Stuart, calm down.
Steady on, Stuart, or you'll knock me out of this cab. Again. Sorry,
Again?
I'm just very steamed up.
When was it the first time?
Obviously. I spoke to Falcon the other day. He was worried about you. But not the railway? Shouldn't friends put each other before their company? Do you want to talk about it? If you spoke to Falcon, then you'll know why I'm so ticked off. Because we keep losing business to the roads. Yes, and there isn't a damn thing we can do about it. Doesn't that make you angry?
Or is that just a texture?
If they were boasting about their windfall, that would be a different story. But they're not. Was it different back on the Mid-Sodor Railway? Well, no. But I keep coming back to the same issue. Their intention doesn't matter. The MSR still closed because of them. Now I'm worried they'll take this one. I don't want to lose another Homescar, Loey. Nobody does, Stuart, but I think you're overestimating the impact they've had. If we were in dire straits, I'm sure Sir Handel would have told us, don't you think? Yes, he would have.
Yeah, he would have.
He was very open
a nice
about
man.
our situation on the MSR, and I'm sure Mr. Mannering will be the same. Assuming we can trust him, why would he meet with the owner of Norton Trucking? I don't know, but it would be wrong to assume it was anything untoward. Give the man a chance. Ask him about his meeting and the welfare of the railway. I'm sure he'd be open to a discussion. I'll think about it. I don't know if Stuart actually tried to talk to his new manager, but even if he did, it wouldn't have mattered.
Why?
For the next week, Mr. Mannering was practically unreachable as he attended back-to-back meetings. One of these was with Mr. Watson, which unsettled many nerves.
Why?
Ever since he became controller, he made no secret of his intention to cancel the transfer contract British Rail had with the SKR. In all fairness, this was justified, as the service had been unprofitable for some time.
Yeah.
However, it was
Okay,
the
that
primary
makes sense.
source of goods coming in and out of the railway. Not to mention, we were the ones that transported the SKR's ballast and slate. If this arrangement was ended, the effects could be devastating, and while the arrangement was ended, Mr. Mannering was unperturbed. In fact, he admitted to his engines that he had been the one to terminate the contract. Why would you do that? Because we were going to lose it anyway. But don't panic. The cancellation won't take effect for another month. After that, all inbound and outbound freight will be handled by Norton Trucking. Really, sir? They're going to work with us? Why? It seems there's been a lot of competition for jobs around our railway. Too much, apparently. All the trucking companies have been undercutting each other and are barely making any money. They've had to make cutbacks, which is affecting their performance. The clients can't be too happy about that. They're not. Some have already expressed an interest in coming back to us. Well, if we're going to regain our lost jobs, why do we need the help of a trucking company? Weren't you listening, youngster? We still need a way of bringing freight in and out of the railway. and Norton Trucking is the only group willing to do that. If this partnership does any good, I'll be making a similar offer to the Sodor Bus Company. Oh, wacko. What's wrong, Stuart? I thought you'd be happy. I'm sorry, sir. I'm just not chuffed at the idea.
Sorry, I just got completely distracted by the complete cow that's all the way in the background for some reason. Why is there a cow there?
What's wrong, Stuart?
This just completely distracted me for a minute.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm just not chuffed at the idea.
I have this weird intention of looking at the background ever since I started reacting to the Daylight 3 videos a while back. Just looking to see if there's something completely in the background while the characters are talking.
Of working alongside those who crippled us in the first place. I agree it's not ideal, but it's better than losing our goods and passenger traffic altogether. Maybe, sir, but this feels like befriending the burglar that robbed your house. That doesn't really apply here, Stuart. Nobody stole anything. The roads presented an alternative, and the customers went with them. So it's the public's fault? It's nobody's fault. Even if someone was to blame, that's not going to make things better. Working together with our new partners will. Can I trust you to do that? Yes, sir, you can. Well, it looks like your government did buy the railway. Mr. Norton made an offer and your manager accepted. And would he have made that offer if his company was doing well? Probably not, but it isn't, and I'm glad he's taking steps to fix that. I don't want to lose another home. What did you say?
Another home?
I said
Wait.
I don't want to lose another home.
What did you lose?
Several times. I would join a company and things would be all right for a while. Then the work would dry up, or they would cut costs, or they would underbid on a contract so we'd operate at a loss. And when I heard how much we were undercutting the competition here, I thought to myself, here we go again. Whistling fireboxes. How do you cope with that? By remembering the old saying, such is life. Things will inevitably go wrong, and when they do, I prefer to not dwell on them. It won't make the situation any better. No, it won't. Thank you, Onslow. You've given me a lot to think.
Uh-oh.
What on earth is happening up there?
Uh-oh, not again, Stuart.
Oh no! Everyone get clear! Ow! Damn safety valve!
Onslow? What are you doing? Are we about to lose Onslow? Ooh. Ugh. That's bad. At least he's alive.
How you doing, Onslow? I've been better. What happened with those trucks? That dodgy winch gave out again. I thought we fixed it, but obviously not. I'm so sorry about that. I'm sure you didn't mean for it to malfunction again, Rusty. Such is life. And you didn't have to risk yours to save mine, so why did you? It seemed like a good idea at the time. Ugh, and I have no idea why. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Not to worry. Just don't expect me to do that again. Oh, I don't. I know exactly how you're feeling. This is giving me deja vu. How's that? So I told him the story about my cracked funnel, and he was in hysterics by the end. Did you mention the drain pipe? Why do you think he was laughing? I hope he'll be all right. He will be. According to Mr. Norton, he'll be back delivering packages in a few weeks. Is this going to affect our partnership, sir? No. He understands it was an accident. One that nearly took out you, Stuart. How are you doing? I'd feel better if I wasn't so embarrassed. About what? My behavior, sir. It's been appalling. I'm so sorry about that. And I'm sorry for whining about the loss of the Mid-Sodor Falcon. I need to let it go. Ah, don't worry, Stuart. I'd be lying if I said I didn't think about the MSR from time to time, and that I wasn't slightly concerned the SKR might end up like it. Then allow me to put your mind at ease. It's not going to. Even if we shut down all freight and passenger services, we'll be just fine. Really, sir? How? Tourism. It accounts for nearly 60% of our revenue.
Oh, does it?
At one point, Sir Handel wanted to convert this line into a heritage railway. Why didn't he? I talked him out of it. I told him it's never a good idea to put all your eggs in one basket. But the heritage plan is on standby in case our partnership doesn't work. I'm sure it will, sir. And if it doesn't, well,
it's always good to have a
such
fallback
is
plan.
Life. I'm pleased to say the partnership between the Skarloey Railway and Norton Trucking was a huge success.
Wait, there's still a Astral Plane Company. What does that say? Oh. Either I'm illiterate or my brain isn't working with me. I'm not sure what... The Bristol... Oh, airplane. Aeroplane. Okay, never mind.
The companies benefited enormously
Brain
from
wasn't
this
working with me for a
arrangement
minute there.
and even beat out much of the competition. Indeed, the demand for their services became so great that the yard at Crovan's Gate had to be redeveloped to accommodate it.
Oh.
Their alliance became stronger after the Sodor Bus Company joined in. Thankfully, this powerhouse of a union didn't abuse its position. It treated its customers extremely well and is still around to this day. As for the Boxwood Ballast Mine, it closed down shortly before the transfer contract with British Rail ended. It was then turned into a museum and became quite the popular tourist attraction. Not long after this happened, Mr. Mannering came to his engines and told them about the secret project he and Sir Handel had been working on for the past 2 years. But that is a story.
Oh, the
for
Arlesdale
another
Railway.
day.
Alright, so I guess that's our next stop. Next Friday. So this was actually a rather lighthearted story. I mean, the last few have been intense, don't get me wrong, but this one was a lot more chill, to put it simply. I mean, was it intense? Yeah, because they were thinking that they were going to lose their entire company. And we lost another named character. I'm like, geez. First death of a character we lost this season, I think, was Dudley. Now it's... I forgot. Why am I forgetting his name? Oh, my lord. I've been with this guy for so many years. Not Peter Sam. Okay, I couldn't... For some reason, I couldn't remember Sir Handel's name. I just couldn't. I just blanked on him entirely. I don't know why. Oh, God. But we lost yet another character this season. Off screen this time. Actually, no. Then again, we lost Dudley off screen as well. Another kill off for another character. Like, what's going on? It's like all the characters we know from the books or just from the TV show and everything else are being killed off screen lately. Well, Dudley wasn't a character from the Railway series. He was just a character used by the buried truck. I don't know why my eyes bother me all of a sudden. But then again, like I said, this was a rather chilled out episode. Nothing truly intense going on. But yeah, that might change again in the next episode now that we got the Arlesdale Railway coming up. I think the next one is with the weird piano lady that was in the trailer. I don't know. I'll have to... That one's going to be intriguing, unless it's another ghost story one. Because we haven't had a good ghost story episode in a while. Since, like... Truthfully, since episode 2, like, the whole episode has to be ghost-themed. But it hasn't been in a while. So I'm hoping we're getting another case of that. I don't know why my eye is burning all of a sudden. I'm just going to end this here so it doesn't continue to burn. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye.